The second thing I want you to see is this. Not only will you get angry, but you have to get rid of it. Verse 26, in your anger, do not sin. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry, and don't give the devil a foothold. I've met couples who have talked about the fact, and they've talked about the reasons that they're successful in their marriage, and they say, because we hold what the Bible says, we never let the sun set on our anger. And that's great. But I got news for you. I know people who are so angry all the time that if they were doing that in their relationships, they never would sleep. I mean, that's good if you've got a handle on that. That's awesome. But the Bible doesn't say that you can't go to sleep disappointed. You can't go to sleep discouraged. You can't go to sleep somewhat disillusioned. But the Bible does say that don't let the sun go down while you're still angry. And the reason it says that is because there is something about us as humans that we somehow have missed, that we don't understand. We don't have to stay angry. That's our choice. It is your choice to let feelings rule your life. It is your choice to let feelings guide your life. It is your choice to let emotion become that driving force in your life. And when you do it, according to verse 27, if you don't handle that, if you don't get rid of it, then you give the devil a foothold, which is why you can't let the sun go down on your anger, which is why you have to let it go, because if you let the anger stay, that's where Satan loves to get in there and just kind of play with you and make your life a mess. And so how quick do you need to get rid of anger? Well, according to this, man, right, fast, like really fast, like super fast. Don't let it last. Don't get to the end of the day and still be angry. So you'll be angry, but you need to learn to deal with it, get rid of it, and get on with life now. Because if you don't, then it robs you of the joy of living life. While checking his bags in an airport, the man became indignant with the employee who was handling the luggage. For several minutes, he belittled the young man that was trying to work and get his bags checked in curbside. And the curbside porter didn't seem troubled by the man's verbal abuse, and the guy was rude, he was obnoxious, and the guy just kept doing his job and kept doing his job. And after the angry man finally had his bags checked in and went on into the airport, a woman who was standing in line behind approached the luggage handler and said, "How do you put up with such rude jerks?" And the man said, "Well, that's easy. That guy's going to New York. His bags are going to Brazil." You know, you've got to do something with that anger. You've got to learn to hold that anger. You've got to learn to use and vent that anger in the right way, but you can't hold on to it and stay angry. Because anger is going to happen, but you can't keep it. You ever known someone who just keeps and holds on to anger? It's when we recognize that something's wrong and we react to it, and we can grieve it, and we can act against it. But we have to learn to react without rage and malice, without anger. Colossians 3:8 says this, "But now you must also rid yourselves of all such things as these." Gotta love this list. Anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. We hate the anger part of that verse. We don't like it. We wish it wasn't there. We translate it to mean that we have to put anger out of our life, except when we deem it constructive. But that's not what the verse is saying. The verse is saying and reminding us that we have to let that go. It's hard in the culture we live in. I guarantee you, most of you have watched something on the news, you've seen something happen and you want to react to it, and you get angry about that. And you say that my anger then is righteous because those things anger God. But you can't stay angry. And some people will say that you have to be angry to fight injustice. But you know, that's lame. Because what I've noticed is our best law enforcement officers don't do their jobs in anger. They do their jobs with a desire to help, serve, and protect. Our best military men and women don't go out and fight in anger. They don't go fight with that emotion. What they do is they do their jobs professionally, and they don't function out of anger. They do what they need to do to be successful and to win the battle. Because contrary to what we think or what we believe, anger never enhances your judgment. Anger never makes you smarter. You're not better when you're angry. You're bitter when you're angry, but you're not better.